Guys, this is HENNESYS from ArmHug. Excited to introduce Tohnyonah Jackson. She is got an incredible personality and energy. I can't wait for you guys to get to know her. She's out in Oklahoma City. She wears multiple hats. She's an entrepreneur. She's been doing phlebotomy. She's talking about something about opening up a scrub shop. I mean, I know that a lot of phlebotomists are multiple hats, but she's even a published author. So this is probably the first person I've had that has so many hats. So she's going to talk to us a little bit about her and a little bit about what's on the background in her camera right now, which is this huge event. And she's the one who's been working on it behind the scenes. I'm sure you guys have seen this. So get us started. Tell us a little bit about how you got started.
Okay, thank you for having me on your show, and I am greatly thankful that you chose me to come on. As she said, my name is Tohnyonah Jackson. I'm from Oklahoma City. I have been a phlebotomist for 14 years.
Wow.
I started out as going to school as a medical assistant. And well, I originally wanted to go for nursing. Nursing was what I thought was my passion, was my gift. Like, oh, I'm going to be a nurse. I'm going to be a nurse. But sometimes in life, things that we think that is best for us is not in God's plan for us. And when we ask God to show us something, we have to be ready and willing to accept what He's showing us about our gift, what it is about our gift that's important, and that's what He's going to put His hands on and bless. I'm gonna put that out there. So I never knew anything about phlebotomy. I didn't even know it was a word when I went to MA school. So I didn't get into nursing school. So I accepted the medical assistant. They offered me a medical assistant program. So I was like, okay, I'll take that. So I went. Now at this time, I had 4 kids. My 2 youngest were like 1 and 2. And I have 2 older children. And so I needed to find something to do because I was a CNA for 9 years. And I was like, okay, this is starting to be back burning. This is hard. And I was like, there got to be something else in the medical field that I can care for people. I have a passion for caring for people. And there are other things in the medical field that you can care and treat and motivate and inspire people besides being a nurse or a doctor. And I'm gonna get into that also about the field of the laboratory. And so I took the class, I mastered, I finished medical assistant. I graduated in May of 2008, and my first job was at DLO in June of 2008. Now, a lot of people do ask, how long did it take for you to get a job when you freshly out of school? It's hard to answer that question because not everybody is the same. Not everybody is the same. I can only give you what I had.
Yeah. In different states too. Depends on
the different states. Exactly. And so right then I felt that I found my gift. I didn't know my gift, but right then I was like, this must be my gift. This must be my gift. And I've been doing phlebotomy. I've worked in hospitals. I've done traveling phlebotomy. I've worked in Maryland. I've worked in DC. I've worked in Missouri. I've worked in hospitals. I even worked in worked for a mobile lab company. I think I've done everything in a lab as far as drawing blood. And so it came to it was a vision of mine that God gave me, a vision of during the pandemic. And I will say, I think the pandemic kind of woke up a lot of people of their visions, goals, being inspired by moving forward to doing different things. And that was when I decided to start my mobile lab service. I had no idea what I was doing. I had no mentor, no nothing. I just Googled, YouTube, and researched. And I did work for a mobile lab company before. So I had to put on my thinking cap on, like, okay, so when I was there, I did this, and how did they do that? It was a lot to it. And then I kind of got sidetracked by watching other people. And I do want to say to other people that are trying to get into starting their own mobile lab, don't get so caught up into watching what other people are doing, because they live in different states, different licensings and things are required. And you just have to go at your own pace and don't rush it. You know, you're not going to make $1 million in 30 days by freshly starting off a business. For one, you got to learn how to market. If you don't know, like I was telling somebody, I said, if they don't know, they're not going to go. If don't nobody know you, they're not going to go to you. And being a mobile phlebotomist, you are working by yourself. So you have to make sure that you have A1 skill to be able to go into someone's house, draw their blood, make them comfortable, and keep it moving. If you're not sure on your skill of phlebotomy, you might want to just still work at a hospital or something to build your skill up. I've worked in ICU floors, where I've worked in NICU floors. I have drawn babies. That's not my favorite, though. I'm gonna tell you now. Drawing babies is not my favorite.
It's hard.
But
It's hard to watch.
it is. Yes, it's hard. And so I'm here in Oklahoma City. I got my mobile lab started. I've been in business for like 3 years, and it's just now starting to pick up. It takes time. It takes time, because of course people got to know who you are. You got to be able to put yourself out there on the market and brand yourself and let people see, like, and put some flyers, go and door to door, give people your flyer, let them know that this service is available for them in your area. So that's one thing that I had to learn to do. I went to a few conferences, so I had to learn to invest in myself. Like, I had to spend money to go to certain things to build my brand and stuff. And so it's picking up now. So I'm happy for that.
Yeah, congratulations.
I thank you. I do still work my 9 to 5, and I started a scrub shop about 2 years ago. And it didn't do good because I didn't know I didn't know what I was doing, but I did know. And I I want to let people know that don't give up just because it's not working out the first time that you're doing something and you're not getting the results that you want. Sometimes you might have to fall back and start over, and that's okay. And now I've been doing pretty good with my scrub shop now. So I'm not afraid to say I failed the first time. And I think a lot of people need to hear that it's okay to fail. It is, I'm learning. It's a learning tool. What comes with success comes failure. So, and it's okay. I don't like to use the word failure because that makes it sound like it's like, oh, you just trash. You just not. No, it's not failure. It's learning. It's a learning. And I'm not afraid to, say, hey, I didn't do good that time, but I'm doing good this time. So
Yeah, you learned something. You learned a
yes,
lesson. Now you
yes,
know your customer.
yes, yes.
That's awesome. So do you want to get us started on a little bit about this event that you're starting? Because I always see people celebrating like the anniversaries of their business or celebrating in their community, like small, like little events. But this is like a networking event, and I've seen it a lot. So you're doing a great job. And I think a lot of people are hearing about it and trying to get involved. So I'm really excited to learn more about it.
Okay, so I'm glad you asked. So, um, April 23rd, April 22nd, 23rd. Actually, the conference is actually on the 23rd. Some people are coming in on the 22nd. You know, we can mingle, meet each other, network, you know, get our minds together for the conference the next day. And so, what this conference is mainly about, it's about networking with the lab. Networking with the lab.
Nice.
Um, so often we don't get recognized, and we don't get the platform that we deserve in the medical field. You know, going to college, like most high school students, they'll get, hey, you know, you can get into this nursing program, you can get into respiratory radiology. They offer all these other programs, but you very seldom would go to a college night at a school, because I have a senior this year, and not once did I even see anybody representing the lab, medical laboratory technician. It's
That's,
a degree.
why not? Why do you think that?
It's a degree.
Yeah.
And I've been in the lab for like 14 years, and all the years that I have been, I have never seen no one come out and represent, hey, come be a medical laboratory technician. Explain to the people, explain to these children while they're in high school what this is. They know what nursing is. They know what respiratory therapy, they know what radiology is. No one knows what medical laboratory technicians are, or trade schools phlebotomy. I think that's just started picking up with the phlebotomy. I think phlebotomy had just started picking up. But before, it wasn't phlebotomy. It was always CNAs, dental assistants, and um that's all I could think of right now. AAU techs. AAU techs or something like that. But never phlebotomy as a skill, and the med techs as a degree. So with this conference, I do plan on doing this every year, and it's pretty much bringing awareness to the lab. And I'm doing it lab week. So
Nice.
it's a celebration. I celebrate what I do in my career. I have this is my passion, this is my gift. And not everybody, I don't know. I think some people in the medical field get discouraged in the lab, because it's like, well, they're not celebrating us. Why we gotta celebrate us? Like, nobody knows about us. Why we care about lab week? Well, this year we're gonna change that, because we worked in the pandemic just like everybody else in the medical field worked in the pandemic. Um,
Yeah.
I asked a question to one of my coworkers. I said, and she's a med tech, and I said, would this be a hospital if it didn't have a lab? And she kind of laughed at me. She was like, would it be a hospital? Like, yeah, like, what hospital don't have a lab? If somebody go to the hospital in the ER, how are they going to get treated and know what's wrong with them if they don't send the blood work to the lab? What they going to do, mail it out? What they going to do, wait and have a courier? I know, I'm just being real.
No,
I'm
I
just being
totally
for
get
real.
it.
What they going to do? Somebody is in here in the hospital having a heart attack. They need to run some blood work. They need to find out what's wrong why this person is having chest pains. What, they gonna wait, draw the blood, and have a courier to come and pick it up an hour later? No, it need a lab, right? So why are we not as important as the other medical staff as anybody else?
So who's going to be there? Just so that we have an idea.
So, oh, and also it's this network. Oh, it's networking with, um, it's our, and it's also networking with other phlebotomists in other states, other entrepreneurs in the medical field for mobile phlebotomists or scrub shops or anybody in the medical field that wants to start their own. But it's just networking. And that's what we need to do. We need to network. We are in a whole community of ourselves, and when we network and bounce ideas off of each other, then we can take them back home and see, how it works for others. We're all still the same. It's all still the lab. We're all still phlebotomists. It's just sharing ideas. And sometimes I feel like that we can be kind of selfish in our field of in the medical in the lab world. So I want to bring us as a whole family, med techs, phlebotomists, supervisors, even pathologists. What can we do to bring us to the surface? And so I do have some special guests coming. Dr. I can't never say his name right. Lord help me. Tej
Singh.
Yes, the Singh. I be calling him Dr. Singh too. I say Dr. Singh. Like, oh, I'm saying his last name right. Dr. Singh is coming with the phlebotomist. He is a vein surgeon, and he's coming with the phlebotomist, which is something that those who have mobile lab services, I think this will be something good for your business to have when you have those hard stick patients. And they like, oh, well, my veins won't come up. You're like, well, hold on, let me help you out with this. I have Sabrina Macy, I think that's her last name, Macy, from St. Louis. She has a mobile lab service in St. Louis.
You're a Massey.
Massey, girl, I'm so horrible with names. I'm gonna get it together.
You're good.
I'm gonna get it together. She's coming. Janessa Blackwood is coming. I have Don from Jenner Medical Supplies.
Oh, the BioGrinder, is it?
Yes.
I know the names, right? They're tough, but yeah, I remember.
Yeah, girl, look, help me out. Yes.
I got you.
And I feel bad because I'm like, how am I hosting this event? I can't even say the people's name right. So yes, he's coming. And there's a host of Willa Tubbs from Vena Fleb. She's gonna be on the panel. Octavia Edwards from Dallas, Texas. She's actually a manager at one of the hospitals in Dallas. And she's gonna be a speaker. And I have a motivational speaker coming. She's on TikTok. She's like TikTok famous. She's under Street Poet _1125. She's gonna come and spit us some motivation and some ideas to get our minds right and get focused on our businesses, our goals, and what we need to do to keep ourselves together. You have to have that. I even if you just reading a book or something, you got to have some type of motivation to keep you going, because you be so busy that you get drained at times, and sometimes you need that extra push. Anthony Sherrod from Dallas, Texas. He is marketing and branding. He's gonna be coming and speaking about how to use our social medias for networking. He does website designing. all the marketing tools, like what to be posting and how to post and how to use your hashtags, what time you should post your business. Because sometimes a lot of people in entrepreneurship, I think, because I know I didn't. I was like, I didn't know it was a certain time I should post something for it to get more views and stuff like that. So he's coming to help out with that. It's a pretty good group of people coming, and there's still more people coming. There's still more people coming.
And
And
so,
like I said, this is the first one. This
yeah,
is the first ever to be done. So I'm excited and nervous at the same time.
I mean, it sounds great. Have you done events before?
No,
Look at you.
ma'am.
Well, look at you. I mean, the fact that you were able to bring and convince all of these people to join you, that's pretty amazing.
This is the first time. That's why I was like, like,
You got this. It sounds
I'm
it
like, it's
sounds like it's going to be a lot, and it's going to be a lot of resources so that people are going to get more than enough.
right. We have some giveaways we're going to be giving at the door. We got some swag bags and stuff. It's lab week. So what's lab week without a gift?
Right.
So we have that. And
And then how do they
I'm
find
just
for the tickets?
you go to Eventbrite. You can get your tickets on Eventbrite, and you will go for Phlebotomy Networking Crew Conference. It's in Las Vegas.
Yeah.
And the tickets and the ticket prices are on there. You can purchase your tickets there. We're also now running tickets for just the conference, $75 tickets if you just want to just come for the conference. We have sponsorships available. Even if you don't want to attend the conference and you just want to like, hey, I just want to help sponsor this event. I see potential in it. I see growth here. Let me just go ahead and send you some sponsorships. And for those who do the sponsorships and don't attend, we will be posting, putting your logo on all of our marketing and everything. Those who attend that do the sponsorships, they'll get front row seating at the conference. There's breakfast and lunch served. They'll get a swag bag, a t-shirt, and there's a whole lot of stuff going on. And I just want to do something to show to our medical, professions in the lab that you are appreciated. And we are working on getting our visuals so we can be seen more in colleges and trade schools. I would love to see a med tech program in a trade school,
Yeah.
like some of the community colleges where they actually offer the med tech program.
I feel like some do and some don't. It's interesting. It's different.
Right. I don't know. Like here in Oklahoma, we have like maybe two community colleges
Mm.
that offers the program, the actual program, but they don't get a lot of students to apply.
Probably because they don't know about it. It's exactly what you're saying.
Exactly.
So what they're doing
Because
is
they don't,
important.
because a lot of people don't know that is a such thing. I guess when you look at the word medical technology, laboratory technologists, it's like, what do they do? So I do feel like that it needs to be explained more of what they do in that field, because a lot of people might go for nursing. It may not be might not be a people person. They just doing it because it makes decent money. Well, you can still do that as a med tech, and you're not dealing with patients. You are back there in the dungeon talking on the phone. Nobody sees you, so
Do you think there'll be like recruiting opportunities at this event? Like maybe someone starting out and they've got their degree and they're looking now for a job?
I would really love to have that possibly at the next conference. But I will say with coming out and speak, well, Octavia is a manager at the lab, so she can definitely be able to direct somebody that's interested in doing that. And like, hey, if this is something that you want to do, because she's going to be talking about if med tech is something that you like to do, she'll be going over like different colleges that you could possibly enroll in, the courses that you would need to take to get yourself started, to the stairway path of becoming a med tech.
Yeah, that's great. And so talking a little bit about your entrepreneurship style, when you think about doing something, because now you wear many hats, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you just decide like I'm gonna try this and then try to balance it with everything else for other people that may want to try starting a phlebotomy business and maybe starting something else with it?
I will say the things that I have came up with, they're all pertaining to pretty much under the scrub shop is still medical.
Right,
The mobile lab is medical.
right.
Um, and so it kind of goes hand in hand. So it's like you have to have a mindset of you have to have that mindset of not being overwhelmed, because I don't get overwhelmed with the hats that I have, because it's something that I really enjoy doing.
That's
What
great.
I do is I do take my time and separate my days. Like, this day and this day are the days that I'm going to be working on my mobile lab. This day and this day is what I'm going to work on my scrub shop. This day is my family time, and I'm not about to be interrupted, because that's definitely important. And this day is my self-care of what I have to do to keep myself afloat. So it's all about time management is very important. Time management is definitely something you'll have to do, and not feel overwhelmed. If you start feeling overwhelmed, sometimes you just have to close the book and just like, I gotta go to bed, so I can recharge. You have to recharge. I believe in grinding hard, but I also believe in you have to rest when your body is when it's required to rest.
Awesome. A lot of people leave comments on a lot of the YouTube videos basically saying, how much do I charge my patients when I go out as a mobile phlebotomist? If I'm starting a business, how much do I charge for my services?
What are you worth? What
Yeah.
are you worth? What do you feel like that what you're bringing to this patient and your business, what do you feel like that you should charge? It's hard to tell somebody what they should charge in their business, and I'm definitely not one to tell somebody, oh no, you need to be charging more. Well, you need to find out when you're doing your business planning and putting your business together, how much do you feel like that you're worth? Now, what you can do, what I will say is you need to take into consideration your time, gas. Gas is high now. So I think so. A lot of people, mobile labs need to be going raising up on their prices because gas is higher. The convenience, your supplies, and your skill. You can also, maybe check and see what other people are charging in their business. What do you feel like that your patient is going to be comfortable paying you for your service? Now, I wouldn't say if you only going out drawing a CBC and a CMP to charge somebody $100, but if that's what you feel like you're worth, then charge it.
Yeah. And the
I
honest
don't.
truth right there.
It's about, because you're a business owner. This is your brand. This is your business. You have to do your research. You look around. People got websites and all kind of stuff. You can look, and of course you have to be in the competitive range to see, okay, well, if this one is charging 50, I can charge 45. But you still can't do that because they might be in Chicago and you could be in Oklahoma. You got to look at where you're located, how many businesses it is in your area that's doing the same thing you're doing. If you got 10 mobile phlebotomists in your area that's drawing blood, then you got 10 different people you're competing with, compared to, and seeing what it is that they're offering as far as how much they're charging. But you don't want to charge so low to where you're not making no money just to get a patient. If they're charging 50, if you go down to 40, what are you profiting from that?
Yeah, that's amazing advice. Well, thank you so much. Yeah. Did you want to say something else? Go ahead.
No, I'm just, get y'all tickets to the conference. Get your phlebotomy conference tickets. Listen, this is a one time this has ever been done. I have researched it. There has never been a phlebotomy networking conference ever. Most of the conferences is about taking a class or something. Well, there is going to be a class there, but it's also going to be a money-making class, because you can also make money from this product that Dr. Singh is bringing to the conference. So there's networking. We're going to play some games. This isn't about just, it's about learning, but it's also about having fun with like-minded people like you, like-minded people in the lab that want to know what can they do to be better when they go back.
So thank you so much for tuning in today, telling us all of your awesome networking event opportunities like swag bags, t-shirts, motivational speakers. It sounds really exciting. So if you guys want to learn more, I'm going to include more and a link at the bottom of this video so you guys can reach out to her directly, or if you want to go ahead and sign up for the event. I'm excited to see where you're headed, where this is headed for the future.
Yes, I am too. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much for trusting in the vision. Thank you for trusting in my vision. Thank you.